We're going to go ahead and begin today's class. So you can find a comfortable seated position near the front of your mat. Maybe you're crisscross applesauce. Maybe you're seated on your shins. It doesn't matter. We're going to close our eyes and start to roll our shoulders up into our ears and then down our back. We're going to take that a couple of times, using our breath to relax the body. And then take it in reverse, rolling the shoulders forward. The hands can anchor on the knees. And then one more time, we're going to inhale to scrunch those shoulders up into the ears. And exhale, let them rest down your back. Release any tension that you might be holding on to. Here at the beginning of class, we take some time to settle into body and breath. Forming our Ujjayi breath by taking a deep inhale in through the nose and sending that air down the midline of the body into the low belly. The low belly should extend out towards me, towards the front of the room. Holding for a couple seconds at the top, and then as you exhale, open the mouth. One more time, inhale in down the midline of the body, in through the nose, deep. Holding at the top for a couple of seconds. With an exhale out through the mouth. Inhale in. Take in that extra sip of air at the top until there's nothing left to pull in. And exhale through the mouth. Seal the lips. Inhale in through the nose. And keeping the lips sealed this time, exhale out. Getting in touch with those muscles that you just used through the open mouth breath. Keep a little constriction in the back of your throat, forcing that air out with a little bit of intention, a little bit of zest. This rhythmic breathing not only helps ground us in the present during our yogic practice, but it also helps calm the parasympathetic nervous system. It helps pull energy into the body, vitality, and it also helps relax the muscle. If at any point during your practice you lose this rhythmic breath, the depth, the intentionality, please take pause, get back in touch, and then continue on in your practice. With your next inhale, I want you to take the hands, bring them out to your sides, palms facing up towards the sky, and then inhale them up towards the sky. Palms come together. Exhale the hands, palms together, down to your heart. Bow the chin to the chest. And set an intention for today's practice. Ask yourself in this moment, what do I need? Not even just from yoga, but in life at this moment, what do I need? Honor the word that comes to the forefront of your mind. Everything that you do during the next 30 minutes flows an intention towards this thing. Inhale, lift the hands together up above the body. And then exhale that left hand down to your side as you reach the right fingertips up, open the shoulder. Breathe. breathe into the side body. Keep the shoulder away from the ears. And then go ahead and tilt it over to the other side. We slowly collapse the forearm. We keep that upper shoulder open, the heart open towards the front of the room. We're not rounding. And we reach those fingertips over to the side of the room. Inhale, go ahead and tilt back to center. We open the arms up. And then we exhale, taking that bottom underneath, so we're overlapping the elbows. And then lifting up, little shoulder stretch here. We're gonna take them down together, and then up. Moving with the breath, creating a little bit of mobility in the shoulders. They're gonna be holding you up for a lot of today's practice. So it's important that they're ready to work. Last time, inhale, lift the elbows up, and then open the arms and switch. So the elbow that was on the bottom is now the elbow that's on the top. Raising and lowering with intention. Lubricating the shoulders with the breath. One more time, lifting up. And then open. Take the hands back behind you. Pull them down. Open the chest. Open the throat. Maybe you take a neck stretch. And then release. We're going to roll up over the knees next. Taking the hands directly below the shoulders, the knees directly below the hips. First, I want you to take whatever movement feels good for you. Maybe you take a round of cat-cow, or maybe you just sort of slink the body, falling into the tension of the spine and wringing things out in ways that feel good. Yoga is also an intuitive practice. Trust your body when it asks you to move a certain way, when it asks you to calm down certain movements. It doesn't just have to be me telling you what to do. You can listen and trust your body in this place. Find stillness. Hands beneath the shoulders. Knees beneath the hips. We're going to walk our hands out, one extra hand length in front of us, flipping the toes into the earth, firming the belly button into the spine. Take a deep inhale in, press your heart forward. And as you exhale, lift the knees, lift the tailbone. Keep a micro bend in the knees as you move into your first downward facing dog. Spread your fingers wide in the mat below you. Pressing your heart towards your thighs. I want you to slowly work your tailbone a little bit higher towards the sky. Maybe you want to pedal out the feet here. Maybe you want to take a couple of twists through the hips. Warm up the low body. Find a little bit of comfort in this pose. And then find stillness. Micro bend in the knees, feet hip width apart. Again, pressing your tailbone another inch or so up towards the sky, and then allow your heels to grow heavy. So the bend never leaves your knees. You're protecting your low back, you're protecting your hamstrings. Finding strength in this pose. Deep inhale in through the nose. Exhale, walk the hands back towards the feet and relax the heart onto the upper thighs. Inhale, halfway lift, heart reaches forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, circle sweep, lifting with the heart. The hands come together at the top. Exhale, hands down to the heart. Inhale, lift the hands up over the head. And exhale, split the hands, waterfall over the legs, forward fold. Slowly walk your hands now to the front of your mat, finding plank, and release your shins. Now you're going to take your hips and make sure that they're pressing down without compromising the low back. Hands beneath the shoulders, heart reaching out in front of you. Deep inhale in through the nose. Exhale, keep the elbows tight into the side, go slower than what feels natural, and then release your heart to the mat. You can release the legs, no tension in the glutes. And then as you inhale, use your back, use your core to slowly lift the heart up off the mat. Cover the hands if you can. Exhale, release. Press your weight back, flip your toes and your tailbone up. Make any adjustments you need to. Downward facing dog. The tailbone lifts towards the sky. The heart presses towards the upper thighs. The heels relax down towards the earth. Deep inhale in through the nose. Exhale, walk the hands back towards the feet. Release the heart onto the thighs. Inhale, circle, sweep all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, lift the hands as one. Exhale, dive down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway, heart reaches forward. Exhale, dive down, forward fold. Walk the hands to the front of the mat. Find plank. You can once again bring the shins down if you like, or you can stay in a fully extended plank if you're following along with me. Deep inhale in through the nose. And exhale, keeping the elbows into the side body, hovering the thighs, and then flipping onto the tops of the feet. We lift the heart for upward facing dog, big stretch. Exhale, flip the toes and the tailbone back. Downward facing dog. This is your Vinyasa flow, warming up the body before we move into more longer held stretches. This time, I want you to come up onto your tiptoes and bend the knees deeply towards the bottom of the mat, and either hop or step to the front of the mat, bringing your feet together. Inhale, circle, sweep all the way up. And then as you bring the hands down, I want you to take your weight into your heels to find chair pose. Here, the heart stays lifted, the tailbone is tucked underneath of you, you squeeze your legs together, you lift the toes up towards the sky, power through the hands, come 1 inch deeper. One more round of cleansing breath. Deep inhale in. Inhale, lift. Exhale, waterfall over the legs. Inhale, halfway lift, heart reaches forward. Exhale, collapse down, plant the hands, and either hop or step back to plank. One Vinyasa flow. Exhale down, elbows tight to the body. Flipping onto the tops of the feet, we lift the heart for upward facing dog. And exhale, we flip the toes. Send the tailbone up towards the sky. The heels relax down to the earth. Come up onto the tiptoes, bend the knees. Exhale, hop or step to the front of your mat, feet together. Inhale, circle, sweep all the way up. Palms together. Squeeze the legs. And exhale down to chair. Chest stays up, weight in the heels. Press through the palms. Tilt your pelvis to create a flat back. Squeeze your glutes. Come an inch deeper. One more breath in. Inhale, we lift. Exhale, collapse over the legs. The hard part is over. Hands come down to the mat as we step the right foot back into low lunge. Release the top of that shin as we find alignment with that knee over the big toe. We're just kind of breathing into this front of the hip here. So pressing the hip forward. If you feel like you need a block here, that's always fine. We're going to hang out here for just a second. Try to relax everything except for this hip flexor muscle. Slowly, we're going to heel toe that foot to the wide edge of the mat, taking the hands to the inside arch of the foot. And then if it's available to you, you can come onto the knife edge of that foot, allowing the knee to come out. You can always take that hand and press it out. Give it a little bit of tension. Continue with your breath. Keeping that right shoulder pressed down away from the ear. Slowly take that foot back flat. Heel toe it back to center. Flip the right toe in, lift up, and then we're going to open into a twist. Shoulders stack. And then exhale, hands come down. Send that foot back. One Vinyasa flow. Meeting in downward facing dog. Come up onto the tiptoes, bend the knees. Exhale, hop or step, feet together at the front of your mat. Forward fold. This time, we take the hands to frame, and the left foot steps back to a low lunge. We can release that left shin down. Staying here for a moment to really find that articulation. So it's one long line through the front of that left hip flexor. Knee tracking over the big toe, not over, but right above. Try to relax with your exhale. Slowly we heel toe that foot to the wide edge of the mat. Hands come to the inside. And then if it's available to you, come onto the knife edge of that foot. Remember, you can use the same side hand and twist towards that open leg to intensify this opener. Press down through the left hand. Make sure that the shoulder is not creeping up into the ears. Breathe to relax the body. Slowly take that foot flat, creep back to center. Hands frame the foot, left toe flips in, lift up, low lunge, and then open towards the side of the room. Exhale, hands come down to frame the foot. Sweep the foot back. One Vinyasa flow. Meeting in downward facing dog. Take a deep inhale in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth, HA. You can do better than that. Deep inhale in. Exhale, HA. One more time, deep inhale in through the nose, as deep as you can get it. Exhale through the mouth, HA. Good job. We relax the shins down, take the knees wide, the big toes together, sink down into child's pose. Your forehead meets the mat. Maybe you take a little rock with it back and forth. Stretching those front fingertips towards the front of the room. Your tailbone sinks back on your heels or keeps that intention if it's not available to you. This open mouth breathing I'm having you practice. I might feel silly, but I promise it serves a purpose. Not only does it force that calm down system that I was talking about at the beginning of class, but it also helps expel unneeded things from the body and breath. Get some more active musculature in your diaphragm. Helps relax the body and helps restore some intentionality to those muscles that don't get used as often as they maybe should. Slowly, we're going to walk the hands back so that the torso lifts, and we're going to take the legs out to our side, bringing them out in front of us, heels about 6 inches or so away from the glutes, laying down in the back. Your hands are going to come alongside each side, palms facing down. And here at the beginning, I just want you to notice what's going on. What feels different in the body from when we started class? What sensations are available to you now? Is your heart rate different? Your musculature, your stress levels. Slowly, what we're going to do is practice some pelvic tilts. So, creating a big exaggeration in your back, rolling your sacrum, you're going to create more space between your back and the mat. Holding here and then go back to neutral. And then you're going to press the back as far into the mat, as far flat as you possibly can, by tilting the pelvis. Back to neutral. Big exaggeration and neutral. Flat back to neutral. Keep going in this expression. We're starting to awaken the musculature in the pelvic floor. This is our deep core. A little micro movement that doesn't seem like it would make as big of a difference as it does. One of the main exercises that they'll put you through if you ever have back pain, hip dysfunction, and many, many more ailments that land us in PT. Take a couple more. And relax. Now we're going to take our knees in towards our chest, crossing one ankle over the other, and grabbing the knees with each hand, creating little circles here, as small as you can make them. Almost like we're trying to draw a circle with our tailbone, with our sacrum. Continue to breathe. And then ahead and switch direction. Your circle's moving counterclockwise. See what it feels like to breathe deeply as you do this. What sensations can you name? Bring it to a pause. And go ahead and extend your left leg long. Taking the right foot down to the floor to rest kind of by that left knee. And what we're going to do is we're going to allow that knee to fall open wide. And then we're going to pull it back into the body. So we're going to rotate it all the way out, keeping the shoulder blades attached to the ground. And then we're going to allow the knee to fall in. Take this as wide or as small as what feels good to you. Continue to connect with your breath. Check in with your hips, check in with your inner thighs. If you're feeling like you can't let go your musculature, it's okay to spend a little bit more time in an open position or a closed position to reset. One more time to the outside. Hold it here for a moment. And then go ahead and pull it in. Extend both feet long. Notice the difference between sides. And then pull the left leg in. Flat foot, knee towards the sky. And we're going to complete the same iteration as our last movement, so allowing that knee to hang open. And then pulling it in, letting it internally rotate a little bit. Continue to breathe. Focus on sensation occurring in the hips, the inner thighs, the groin, the pelvic floor. We're restoring mobility into this area, where not only do we store so many of our emotions, but also we spend so much time stagnant here. Giving it some love can really help with so much more of our daily movement. On this next one, go ahead and allow it to come out and then let it rest for a little bit. Send a couple of deep breaths into any tension. And then when you're ready, go ahead and lift it up and let both legs go long. Allow your heels to relax now into the wide corners of your mat. Allow your hands to descend, palms facing up towards the sky at either side. As we move into our final Shavasana, come back to that intention, that need that was calling out to you at the beginning of class. Even if you were not consciously aware of the way that that intention was connecting into today's practice, I want you to do some impartial reflection. Allow that word or that need to flood your mind, to fill your body as we breathe for the next few moments. And allow thoughts to travel across your mind's eye without having to interact with them. Your focus remains on your 3 parts of breath. as thoughts happen to you. Inhale in. And exhale. Relax. Take one last deep inhale in through your nose. And whenever you're ready, let it go and begin to awaken your body to what's happening in the room. Maybe you take a big stretch in each direction, pulling your hands above your head, your big toes together. Stretching in opposition, maybe you simply wiggle your fingers and your toes. There's no one right way, whatever feels good for you. And as you feel ready and led, you can make your way onto your side body, pulling your knees together and then carefully lifting your torso. Back up. Thank you for joining me for class today. It's my honor to serve as your instructor. And as always, if there's areas of the body, types of movements you'd like to work through, please always feel free to offer feedback. I appreciate you guys. Have a great rest of your week. Happy Monday.